Okay, good morning from me and my big pimple on my chin that's decided to join me today. We have left the Busselton Caravan Park. To be honest, we paid almost $60. It was $57 because apparently it's peak season, even though the park was pretty quiet. It wasn't jam-packed and there was barely any movement around the town, but it is the Busselton 100 this weekend, which is like some triathlon they do here, so I'm assuming that's why it was peak season. Anyway, $57 for an unpowered campsite. The laundromat had a washer that, like, obviously it's not free, you have to pay for them, but it didn't have a dryer, so we couldn't use it because we only stayed one night, so our clothes wouldn't have dried in time, so we've come to the laundromat here. The showers were okay, toilets were fine, but yeah, $50, like $57 for unpowered is just very steep, and it wasn't anything special, so a bit disappointing, but you got to do what you got to do when you're out. So anyway, yeah, we've come to the laundromat this morning, just put our clothes in the washing machine. We've got about 40 minutes to kill, so we'll go for a walk down the street, and then we've got to pop them in the dryer, do the same thing. Then once that's done, the plan is to sort of head towards Wave Rock. I've heard lots of reviews that sort of say it's not really worth the big drive. It's about 5 hours, but I don't know if we'll do it all today. Kev really wants to go see it, and there's a few things along the way, so we may as well. The other really important thing is that we need to try and charge our solar panel. It's currently on 54 or something, and once it hits below 50, it cuts off. So that's our fridge, everything like that. And it's because we've had, unfortunately, I keep telling Kev how good WA weather is, but we just have not seen it since we've been here. We've been here for just over a week now, and I think we've had pockets in days that have been nice and sunny, but apart from that, it's been pretty drizzly nearly every day and overcast, like not great. So our battery hasn't charged very well. Obviously needs solar to do that, or sun. So yeah, when you drive, it's supposed to charge it. Doesn't do it very much, but it might give us something. But yeah, we need some sun.
Right, we've pulled up at Wellington Dam. We are going to make a bit of a platter for lunch because we've been craving a platter, and there was heaps of cheeses and meats on sale at Woolies when we were in the laundromat. Now Holly's sister Emma is the platter queen, so we're going to try and, I don't know, outdo her, I suppose. We'll see how we go though, she's pretty good.
This is the overflow of the dam. Goes into a nice little river, and there's all these murals painted, well, this mural painted on the side here, which is really cool, and the main dam is here. We've just found a nice little spot to have lunch, and have a look at this wall here. Wow, even the trees look beautiful, so we're going to find a nice little picnic table.
That wall looks sick.
I reckon in the middle there, don't you?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Right, so we haven't outdone Emma. We were limited on our supplies. But, you know, we gave it our best.
Even if we had supplies, we probably wouldn't beat it.
Yeah, we've even thrown Anzac cookies in.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
This wall is so pretty and so tall. It's quite the picnic area, actually. They've even got barbecues here. Someone was just here cleaning them.
Alright, we got some drone footage of the Wellington Dam, so I'll pop that up over this clip so that you can see it. Like I said, the murals were all along, I don't know whether it's murals or mural one, because it was just a painting, but a lot of them. Anyway, the paintings were along the whole part of the dam, and they were gorgeous to look at. And then, yeah, the dam opened up on the other side. So very similar to, for Victorians, the Thomson Dam. You could see that there was a road through the middle of it, but we couldn't travel down that, whereas the one in Victoria you can. But yeah, pretty cool. And we have just arrived in a place called Wagin, I think is how you pronounce it. W-A-G-I-N, or Wagin, I don't know, whatever. This is the home of the giant ram. So I said to Kev, it better be bloody giant, because it took us an hour and a half to get here. We were going this way anyway, but we sort of detoured a tiny bit to come and check this out. And it is huge, so we're going to show you.
Whoa, Bessie, what are you doing? Not today. It's 2024. Bessie can be whatever she wants. I'm going to milk it. Far out, he's big. Nice butt. That'd be some decent lamb cutlets. Morning. After we left the big ram last night, we decided we'd just stay in Wagin because there was nowhere really close, so we ended up finding the caravan park here and it was $15, which isn't too bad. Today we are going to Wave Rock, which is in Hyden, so that's another 2-hour drive, so yippee! Alright, Holly's got a crook back, so she's not very happy. We've made it to Wave Rock after the long drive. It doesn't cost anything to see the rock, but it costs you $12 for a car or $7 for a motorbike to park. So yeah, we're just walking up to it now. This is the start of the rock. We're going over to the right now. How cool is this? There's actually a few people here too. It's pretty long too. It's so cool how it's made like that. Look at the patterns in it. So that was Wave Rock. We managed to fly the drone. We found a sign that says hippos yawn, so we googled it and it's a similar thing. It just looks like a hippo's mouth yawning. That's the only difference. So we're going to have a look at that. Well, that was a longer walk than I expected. But here is the hippo's yawn. Oh, it actually makes you want to yawn too. This rock must be huge because it goes for, well, we just walked a kilometre, I think. The whole thing is, so. Okay, that was Wave Rock and Hippo's Yawn. We've just come here for lunch where we have made leftover parma sandwiches and ham and salad wraps. So we're going to go sit on the picnic table somewhere over there and enjoy. Righto, we're about to get back on the road. We are heading to Tammin, which is
Tammin Roadhouse.
Yeah, Tammin Roadhouse, where we'll be staying tonight. I don't think it's free camp, but I don't think it's much. I think it's just like an old truck stop roadhouse sort of thing. We have to stop at, where was the fuel there? Narrabeen. We have to stop at Narrabeen and get some fuel because, well, I just flicked the sub in. We got a little bit, but we're not sure if we'll make it all the way to Tammin. Tim Tam. You know how it is. Anyway.
Okay, you haven't seen much of me today because I've been a bit sore, but I'm here. And we have pulled up to our campsite for tonight. We are in Tammin. We pulled up at the roadhouse first, but it was a bit noisy with trucks pulling in and everything. And after looking at Wiki Camps, there's literally a recreation reserve for $5 a night unpowered, and we're the only ones here. So we decided to stay here for the night. Kev's got high hopes that the football team's going to come and train, but it's a Saturday, mate, so you're going to be doing them for a while. But yeah, they got toilets, facilities over there, like just undercover areas and everything. They've got a basketball court, which I did say to Kev we should have brought a footy, but hopefully there might be one laying around. Anyway, we're going to cook some dinner. I'm going to rope Kev into giving my back a little bit of a massage because it's very sore. And yeah, tomorrow's a new day. We've parked the car east instead of the way that the wind's coming tonight because there's barely any wind tonight. It's very gentle. I think it's like 6-kilometre winds or something. And then hopefully we get the sun in the morning because we desperately need it. There was not much today again. Guys, I've redeemed myself after the power went out the other night. I've made Marry Me Chicken again, and it is to die for. It is so good. If you haven't tried this, you need to try this.
Morning. What a scary night's sleep. Don't know what it was. There was just so many random weird noises that I just couldn't put together what they were. So Holly was a bit scared and woke me up at one stage, and then she reckoned she heard someone on the phone, but couldn't see him or anything. And then, yeah, all those weird noises, which I think I figured out this morning now there's daylight. There was a sprinkler as well that was spraying on our car randomly, and I can't seem to find where the fuck that sprinkler is now because they're all the way over there, but those ones just come out of the ground. So I don't know how they could have possibly reached my car. I don't know what the go is. But yeah, it was pretty quiet besides when the train went past. Wasn't many though. I reckon there was only 2 all night, so yeah, we finally got some sun. Bit of sun happening. So yeah, currently pumping in some friggin' wattage into the 3rd battery because she's getting pretty low. I don't know if the fridge cut off last night or what, but yeah, that's us.
Okay, good morning. We've had a bit of a slow morning this morning because we are heading to Perth. We're about 2 hours from Perth. But there is literally nowhere to stay in Perth. So there's obviously caravan parks, but I have checked nearly every single one and they are completely booked out, apart from one, which has nothing but really bad and scary reviews. So we're not really willing to stay there. Booking.com has some availability in terms of accommodation, but we'd be spending around the $350 to $400 mark for 2 days, which is just really high. The time's 11 o'clock, so by the time we get there, it's going to be 1 o'clock. The sun sets here at about 5:15, and we have a lot of stuff on our list to do in Perth. So feeling a bit overwhelmed this morning with trying to organise everything, trying to fit everything in, not miss out, because it's a major city. And see things that are on the list. But yeah, the more we try and find somewhere, the longer we're staying here, and then the later it gets. So I think the plan is just to head towards Perth and try and fit in as many activities as we can. I really wanted to go over to Rottnest Island. Kev's not keen. I don't want to take the car over because it'll be expensive. I just wanted to see if we could go over and have a look at the Quokkas, but who knows if that will happen. So yes, feeling a bit shit this morning.
On a positive, we've got sunshine. And we are charging 150 watts at the moment, going straight in her.
Yep. So one of us is in a good mood, the other is not. But anyway, we'll see. Alright, we just got to Fremantle. The time is 1:33. We had to pay for parking, and there was a car with their hazard lights on, and they were just sitting like in the middle of the driveway. So we drove past and then came back around. There was a car coming out, and then the car that was parked had their hazard lights on and were reversing. And anyway, Kev took the car park, and then they came out and just like abused the shit out of him because they were apparently waiting for ages, but they literally had their hazard lights on, whatever. So they called Kevin a effing douche. But yeah, we're gonna go and check out the markets.
Well, those markets were like a sardine can. There was no room at all anywhere. It was just jam-packed. I got a pair of rugby shorts, and Holly was just overwhelmed with all the people, so we left pretty early. Just going to the contain bow now. It's your fellow douche here. We've arrived at the contain bow. That is the contain bow.
Alright, we're a bit naughty and stopped at Beach Street and Co. and had something to eat because we were just starving and we've been in the car for hours, and after the market and not getting anything to eat there, and I don't know, the time was like 2:45 and we're starving. All we'd had is a coffee for the morning, so we just had a really good feed there, the best calamari I've ever had, so yum. And we are on our way to our campsite tonight, so we've decided we're just going to travel another hour up past Perth, and then we'll just have to come back again tomorrow to do the things we want to do. There's no other way to avoid it unless you want to spend $300 on accommodation. So that's the plan. We're going to go to Yanchep, and apparently you can stay in their car park of like the surf club there. So that's the plan.
Alrighty, we've just arrived at the Yanchep Surf Club, and there is food trucks everywhere. There's heaps of them. They got music blaring. There's a couple of crackies in the car park up there, so they're staying down here until they disappear, but looks like they've even got showers here, so yeah, this will be us.
Alright, we're up nice and early this morning because we are going to Rottnest Island just for a few hours, hopefully see some quokkas and have a look around. The ferry is at 7:30 at the Hillary's Boat Harbour Terminal, so that's where we're heading. We're about 36 minutes out. It does say to arrive half an hour early, and at this stage we're only going to be 13 minutes early. But I'm not sure whether the 30 minutes is for people that have hired bikes and snorkel gear. I'm pretty sure it is, so I think we'll be right.
Oh, we just made it. Only just. We ran. We couldn't even find where it was, like where you buy the tickets or anything, but we only just made it. So many boats.
This is Kev's first time at Hillary's, by the way. I've been here before, and I really wanted to come back because it's gorgeous, but both our first time going to Rottnest Island.
Look at that water. It's like glass. Should be fishing.
We're off. Off we go.
Well, you made it, and I didn't have to swim. least maybe 500 metres. And we found this little guy. Poor fella's not allowed in. Doesn't have his ID on him. I tell you what though, they're right, there's freaking heaps of them here. We just had a couple snacks at the bakery and they were crawling under our feet and everything.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Look here. This is like a big rat. You see the teeth on it? She's doing it for the gram.
Alright, we've just jumped on the bus. The lady was really nice and gave us 2 concession prices because we only have like an hour and a half until we have to be back on the ferry. So instead of paying for a full adult, we just paid 2 concessions. But this bus takes you around the whole of the island and then you just jump off where it looks nice and have a look around and then get back on the bus and continue going around. We won't be able to see the whole thing. But yeah, we'll find a spot that looks nice and hop off.
We just took the first bus stop off at Parker Point. Quite a nice spot. We don't have much time because we have to be back at 11 o'clock to get back on the ferry. So we can only do 2 or 3 stops. I love you, Danny.
It's genius.
Yeah, I know, you ruined it.
Oh.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Hey, look at the water down there.
This is Little Salmon Bay. There's a lot of people out there snorkeling and laying out in the sun. We just had a quick stop there. I'm not going to fly the drone up there because there's not much to see compared to the last stop. I did just fly it at the last stop that we were at, so I'll pop that footage up so you guys can see it. But the water is super clear, all different shades of blue. I wish I brought my snorkeling stuff because it just looks so cool. Incredible. I would love to see under that water. This is called Salmon Point, apparently really good for fishing and snorkeling. Oh, and surfing, someone's out there surfing. Pretty cool little spot. To be honest, they all look very similar. The colours of the water are all very similar. But yeah, beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day today.
And this is our last stop, Salmon Bay. So
Shipwreck out further.
that's rocks.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, we made it back on the ferry. It's 11 o'clock, so it's a 45-minute trip back, so we'll make it back at about 12:15. Have a look around Hillary's, and yeah, hopefully we see some dolphins or something on the way back. That would be good, but we're just enjoying the sunshine and sitting on, waiting for the ferry to take off.
We've made it back to Hillary's. We're going to go back to the car and put some stuff away. Yeah, so that'll be us. This place is so cool though.
So we're just on our way to check out a campsite for tonight, which is apparently some good fishing, but it's very rocky on the way up. There's a private property on the left, so can't go in there, but this is all fine to drive on apparently, so we'll go up and check it out. But yeah, there's some big rocks on the ground. Kev just saw some emus up there which ran off, so we'll see if they're not over the other side. Might be able to get some videos.
They're craters, those things.
There are some big rocks, aren't there?
I'm going to diff out on some of these.
The road is very tight and the car is getting a lot more pinstripes. So Kev doesn't seem too happy about that. But the show must go on. We're almost there. Alright, we have arrived. The actual name of this place, according to Wiki Camps, is the Crack Shack. So I'll just leave that there. I'm sure you can understand why. Nice little chairs there. But apparently it's a good spot to fish and there's reefs right off here, so we will have a look. It's very windy, but you can see a few little dark patches in the water and where it drops off there, so we'll give that a crack.
I actually don't know what this is, but I want to know how it got here. I don't know whether it's an old train carriage or something it looks like, but it's all wood. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's got me stumped. Oh no, it is. It is an old train thing. It's got.
There's a huntsman's skin.
It's got train seats in it. Mate, there's gonna be snakes in here. Oh, that's a big bull ant. Nice. I like what they've done with the place. Yeah, fuck that, I ain't walking down there.
I'm gonna move the car and drive it across there to the other side of the shack because it's a little bit less windy there.
Righto, we tried fishing, I reckon it lasted 2 minutes, and then we came back in because all we were doing was dragging in weed. There's that much weed down there. I don't know whether it's because of the wind or what, but it was no good. It wasn't fun. So come up here, just had a shower behind the car. It was cold, refreshing, feel nice. Now we're on to dinner. Got some nice porterhouses. I'm going to do some broccolini, probably a nice garden salad. You know how it is. Done. How's the sunset? This place isn't too bad.
Okay, I'm half asleep. I haven't even checked myself, so it's the first time seeing myself, and not great, but anyway. It is high tide at the moment. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. Kev's still asleep in the rooftop over there. And at the moment we have a fishing competition between us. Really serious one. Like, we've actually agreed that there's going to be a trophy at the end for the most fish caught. There are rules. So the rules are it must be over 40 centimetres, it must be in your hand to count, and it must be caught with a rod. So you can't like find something in a rock pool and net it out or anything like that. So yeah, the most fish caught over 40 centimetres. Right now we're 1 for 1. Obviously Kev had his huge salmon and I had my smaller salmon a couple of weeks ago in South Australia. So we're both 1 for 1, but I'm not wasting any time because apparently it is a really good fishing spot here. We tried last night and it was terrible because of the weed, but it looks so beautiful this morning. Like, look at this. The sun is just starting to rise, and look, I am not missing any opportunity to win a bloody trophy, especially for fishing. So he can sleep all he wants. I'm about to catch us some lunch. Okay, I'm going to try and keep you guys updated as much as possible. Tide's coming in. So I have to move some of my stuff. I'll probably have to move my chair as well, but oh well. Okay, the baits I've got to choose from this morning are pippy and some whiting strips that went off in the freezer. So I know pippy's not really a chosen bait for a surf rod, but we've run out of heads, so that's all I've got really. I've got a 5-ounce bomb sinker on the bottom, and then I've just put some pippy on the other hooks, and I'm just running a paternoster rig as well, similar to what you'd use for like flathead or whiting or anything like that. It's a pretty good all-round rig, so let's cast this out and see how we go. Little crew's decided to show up at 8:45 a.m. Ridiculous. Okay, the time is close enough to 10:30. A bit of a recap on this morning. I was getting bite after bite after bite, really good heavy bites, just whacking on my rod and then trigger biting. I reckon it could have been a snapper or something because they have been caught in this area, but I just don't understand because my hook, I tried the big surf rod, the hook seemed like it was too big, so I chucked my smaller rod in and didn't even feel any bites or anything on that, and the bait was gone. So whatever it was didn't seem to like the pippy, only really liked the whiting strips, but yeah, it was big bites and gone in a second. I just could not get it. I was out there for probably a good 2 hours or more. So yeah, absolutely nothing, which sucks because like if you have no bites and you get nothing, that sucks on its own. But when you're getting really good bites and still nothing, that sucks even more. But there was 2 gentlemen that came out at about 6:30 and they went in before me. So I was out there before them and stayed longer, so I'm proud of that. And Kev didn't even really, he had one go. I cast it out for him. There was a few little bites and he didn't want to fish. So I went out there, had a go, saw a beautiful sunrise. So what more could you ask for? Some fish, but apart from that, it was good. Got back, had some pancakes, had a coffee, and yeah, packed up. It's supposed to be 26 today, which is the nicest day we've had in WA so far, so we're pretty excited for that. The plan is to head up towards Jurien Bay today and possibly see the Pinnacles, which is like these like limestone sand structures in like a desert-like setting, so we'll see if we can get to that. There's a few other little things along the way, so not 100% sure where we're staying tonight, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. We need to get out of here first. I think we're going to go a different way getting out because we got absolutely annihilated with pinstripes and it was very tight on the way in. So yeah, we're going to try going out the other way and see how we go. Alright, we just got to the Pinnacles. It was $17 for a parks pass to enter. There's a 4-kilometre drive and then you can also do a walk as well. So we're just heading in to do the drive. There it is, drive this way. And she's also given us like a little map as well that we can use. Alright, we've just entered.
So cool. They're so big, they're taller than your car. This is so cool. There's so many of them. Some of them are so pointy as well. We passed a skydiving sign on the way in here, so I just skydived and landed on one of these. I actually didn't think there was going to be this many, but there is literally thousands. Probably millions.
This place just goes on for ages.
It's so cool.
Alright, I managed to get some drone footage for you guys. You're not supposed to fly your drone here. There was a sign as soon as we entered that said, please don't fly your drone for the comfort of other people. And I know it's a bit naughty of me, but I thought if it's a comfort for other people, maybe we just go to somewhere where there's no one. So we've literally come to like a spot, walked out probably a good 100 metres or so into the little pinnacle parts. It's not as great as where it is in the main area, but I didn't want to fly my drone there and upset people, so come out here. I only got a little bit of footage and then brought it straight back down, so it wasn't up for very long, but what you see is what you get. It's basically just like a massive big desert area with these little structures. So here's some more here. Massive big structures. They're so cool. They just literally come out of the ground, and in the background out there is the sea, or the ocean. It's just so cool. Kev is obsessed with using these inappropriately and has been at me to take pictures of him as we speak doing what he's doing right now because he thinks it's just hilarious.
Oh. Here's a bit of a lookout we found. There's just so many of them. I haven't seen a sign anywhere as to how they're made or what's made them.
Kev just gave me this and said, film me. Oh, what are you doing? Oh gosh. Are you done? That is not camouflage, is that right? Okay, we just got to Jurien Bay and we've stopped at Sea Sport Tackle. Apparently there's a young bloke that owns it and knows a bit about fishing, so I'm going to try and pick his brains to see if there's any good
Don't pick his brains. He needs it.
Yeah. And we'll see how we go.
We went into the Jurien Bay Sea Sport Tackle shop and the fella that apparently knows everything wasn't there. I think it was his partner that was working there. But she said pretty much just head to the jetty or any rock wall and try a fish, you'll catch something, she reckons. We might get a tailor or a heron or herring or squid, whatever. So I think that's what we're going to do. I don't know if we have a camp found yet, but we're going to go have a look and then we'll go from there. Nothing but toadies caught, so we've packed up. We've actually driven down the road to our camp spot, which is called the Chuarts Rest Reserve. It's a nice little open area with some picnic tables and gum trees and that. Now in the reviews there's apparently lots of bees around here, but so far all I've had issues with is the flies. They've been everywhere, for example. But we did notice there's a little bee catcher thing over there, so I'm going to go have a look, so stay tuned. I didn't get stung. I did go over there, but I thought it was something to attract the bees, to keep them away from you, but it's actually just a watering station so that the bees can drink. It's just a cut open 20-litre drum with some sticks and Coke bottles in there so the bees can obviously climb on it and then go down and drink the water. It says, please fill me up if I'm empty. Morning. Today we are heading to Little Bay campsite, which we think is near Geraldton. We're not too sure. We'll have to have a look once we get reception. We got no reception here. It's quite a nice spot last night. It was very quiet. There was a few cars that came in a bit late. There was even a truck with a tinny and a caravan on the back of it that came in, but obviously it was too long and all the spots were taken, so they all had to leave. But yeah, we've just had pancakes for breakfast again. We ran out of maple syrup though, so we had to use lemon and sugar, which was actually alright.
And we do need to go shopping today.
Oh yeah, and we've got to go shopping today. Actually, there might be a Woolies near Geraldton or something. I don't know, we'll sort that out. That's an us problem. So yeah, stay tuned.
We are just leaving Jurien Bay. We just filled up our potable water and we are now heading towards Geraldton, which is 2.5 hours away. We're going to do our shopping up there. They have an Aldi there. We'll get some cash out for the Little Bay campsite. And yeah, I think we need to get some more bait so that we can go fishing, but I was going to ring the bloke that owns the Little Bay campsite caravan park type of thing and see if it's worth getting bait or fishing there, and if so, what they sort of have and all that jazz. Okay, after the long drive, we have made it. It's quite hot today, 28 degrees and pretty hot in the car, so I'm ready to go into Aldi and freeze my butt off in 2 seconds. Anyone that's been into Aldi knows that it's really cold in there, so I'm looking forward to the first bit of it, but then I might have to take a jumper with me. Anyway, we'll go and do this shopping and come back. All right, we have been out shopping and we're done for the day. So, we also got cash out too. Went through the McDonald's drive-through and got a Coke Zero slushie. And got some cash out for the campsite for tonight. We're about 58 minutes out from the campsite. We're still in Geraldton and the campsite's just out of a spot called Horrocks. And we are just having lunch in the marina. Quite a pretty spot. We've just got to Little Bay, not quite at the campsite. We've just gotten to the start of the track. Literally just looks like sand dunes. There is flies everywhere, but we are dropping the tyre pressures because it's very soft. And we're not sure if we're going to stay here for 2 or 3 nights. We'll just see. We might only stay 1, we might not like it, we'll see. But it's cash only, $15 per night, and we've got enough for 3 nights just in case. But yeah, lots of flies, they're not great. So we'll let these tyre pressures down and continue.
Alright, we've done absolutely bugger all this afternoon, but relax and get harassed by flies. I had a bit of a concoction going with some sticks in a can trying to smoke them out, but they just were persistent little things. So we just tried fishing quickly with the little Shimano rod, the other one that's left. Just tried some squid but had no bites, but we saw some dolphins and we managed to get some footage of it.
Holly nearly lost the drone.
Yeah, Holly nearly lost the drone because she's pretty cocky when it comes to...
Cocky's not the right word, I just get very into it.
She gets the shakes up and the adrenaline starts going, you know, like me when I'm fishing. Yeah, well you said you get the shakes up.
Yeah, only because I thought I was going to lose it in the middle of the bloody ocean. I had to go for a swim and get it.
Yeah.
You're not going to fetch it for us.
So it warns her that it's getting low, but she pushes it to its limit and then panics because it nearly drops in the ocean.
I had it flown 250 metres out, and then it was on 12%. And anyone that doesn't know, my drone, which is the DJI, probably shouldn't be waving that around, I'll get flagged. DJI Mavic Mini Pro 3 or 4, I forget.
3.
Anyway, that only goes down to 10% and then it drops automatically. So anywhere after 10% when the battery's running low, it'll give you a warning and you can press cancel and keep flying it. But when it gets to 10%, it just goes down. There's nothing you can do. And it was at 12% and dropping, and I was 250 meters out. So I clicked it in sports mode and was holding it pinged on the way back. But I did panic because I had to flick the gimbal up and try and see where I was. And I realized how far from shore I was because I was just in the zone with these dolphins. But I got some sick footage. So have a look.
Yeah. And now we're having burgers.
With asparagus in garlic butter and broccolini in garlic butter, and then I'll do some potatoes, peas and carrot.
That's been the go lately. I've been craving some asparagus and broccoli.
Yeah, we've been just craving green beans. And if you didn't know, tip with asparagus is because like the ends are always shit and they're just like really chewy and stringy. So with asparagus, you always just hold it and bend it and it will snap in the spot where it will be the freshest, and then it gets rid of the chewy part.
Oh, you know. There you go. See, she's not just a pretty face. She knows it all. But yeah, this is, I don't know if Holly showed you the camp, but...
No, I don't think I did.
This is it. We just watched the sunset. There's the car all set up. Wait, we've even got another resident cat. I don't know what it is with cats. Here, puss, puss, puss. Here, bud. Nah, he's acting shy. He's playing hard to get. Wonder if it's Duncan. He might have followed us from Mount Gambier. They look the same, stray cats. But yeah, there's the bay. Kind of stinks, this joint. It smells like seaweed every now and then, but oh well, it is what it is.